Okay, let's start in a standing position. We're going to start with mountain pose. So what I want you to do is stand with your feet about hip width apart. Make sure that your toes are pointed forward. You want to bend your knees just slightly. You don't want them to be completely straight. You're going to tuck your hips in, bringing your belly button up towards your chest. You're going to have your back nice and straight. Roll your shoulders back and then let them just fall down next to your sides. Make sure that your neck is completely over your shoulders, not leaning forward and not back, and your head is just relaxed forward. I want you to close your eyes, and you're going to be grounded in this position. Your weight is back on your heels. Your feet are nice and flat. You're tight, though. You're still using your muscles. You're still using your leg muscles and your ab muscles to keep yourself in a nice, grounded pose. Take a deep breath in. 2, 3, 4, and out. 2, 3, 4. Go ahead and take your right ear and lean towards your right shoulder. Roll your head forward, bringing your chin to your chest. And then roll your head to the left ear to your left shoulder. Bring your head up. Take your right hand, place it on the left where your fingers are touching your left ear, and take your left hand and place it to where the back of your hand is touching between your shoulder blades. Go ahead and pull your neck slowly towards your right shoulder. Don't forget to breathe. And relax. Take your left hand, place it over your right side of your head to where your fingers touching your right ear, and take your right hand, place the back of your hand in between your shoulder blades, and slowly pull your head towards your left shoulder. Feeling a stretch in your neck and your shoulders. And release. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Hands come up to the ceiling. Lean back, looking up at the ceiling, and fall forward, dropping into a forward bend. Bend your knees slightly. Relax your chest against your thighs. Go ahead and move to where your feet are facing the long distance of the towel. Go ahead and take a big step with your right foot forward and move your left leg back into a lunge. You can put your hands on the left side of your feet so that you can drop further down into that lunge and get a good stretch in your hips. Take that front foot and move it back behind you into a plank. Move your hands centered right underneath your chest. Lower your knees down first, and then slowly bring your chest down to the mat. Go ahead and relax your feet, and we're going to push up into Cobra. Some of you may only be able to push up this much because your back will only allow you to pull up that much. Some of you might be able to push up all the way to where your arms are extended. Go ahead and push up into Cobra. Look up towards the ceiling. And slowly come back down. Curl your toes back under. And we're going to go into downward facing dog. So you're going to push up, push your hips back and up towards the ceiling. Walk your hands up closer to your feet. And you want your head in between your arms. You can bend your knees if that feels better for you. but you want a straight back from your shoulders to your hips. If you can straighten your legs out, that's even better. And you're trying to push your heels towards the mat. Look at your feet and make sure that you're about hip width apart with your feet. Go ahead and now take your left foot and bring that forward into a lunge. Place your hands to the right side of that foot so that you can get down nice and deep. Your knee and your leg doesn't get in your way. And get nice and low. Really stretch out your hips. Your weight is on your hands and your front foot. Slowly walk that back foot up to your left foot. You're back in your forward bend. Relax your knees. Bend your knees. Rest your chest on your thighs. You can bend your knees as much as you need to. Some of you might not have that flexibility. It's okay. And just push your hips up towards the ceiling. Relax your neck. Just let it hang loose. Keep breathing and slowly roll back up. Bring your shoulders back. Take a deep breath in. Lean back. And then come back up. Breathe out and drop your arms back down. That was a sun salutation that we just did. We're going to do another, I think it's called a moon salutation. So what I would like for you to do is go ahead and bring your arms out to the side. Your legs are nice and wide. Go ahead and take your right toe and face it out towards your fingers. So you're facing the same direction as your fingers are going. Your toes are not facing forward. You're going to go ahead and lean forward. Place your right arm on your right leg. Bend that right leg slightly. Look up at your hands. Slide that right hand down next to your foot. Bring that left arm down. Turn into a lunge. Turn your foot forward and lean into your right knee. Walk to the middle. And then lean into your left knee. Turn your body back into a lunge, toes pointing forward. Make sure that your foot is right underneath your knee. Now, push off of your right hand so you can lift your left arm up and place it on your left knee. Go ahead and push off of that knee and bring your right hand up towards the ceiling. And then push up. Bring your arms back to flat. Legs are out to the side. And then walk them back towards the middle. Good job. Go ahead and face, if you have a towel, the end of the towel. Take another deep breath in. Take another deep breath out. Drop down into a forward bend. Bend your knees, place your hands out in front of you and walk down, putting your knees down into a table pose. What I want you to do is make sure that your hands are nice and wide. Your fingers are spread out. Your weight is on your palms. You want your hands to be right underneath your chest. They should not be out here in front by your head. Your thumbs are facing inward towards the middle. Now I want you to look underneath you and look at your legs. Your knees should be about hip width apart, and you should not be able to see your ankles or your feet. You want them to be directly behind your knees. Now you're thinking about your back. Make sure that your back is not arched. That's going to be a different pose. That's the cow pose. So you want to tuck in your hips. Bring that belly button towards your chest to make a flat table. You also want to make sure you're not pushing too much up with your hands into a cat pose. So you want to kind of relax your shoulders a little bit and try to make as flat of a table as you can. You're going to imagine a straight line from your head, so you're not looking underneath you anymore. You're looking straight down to your shoulders, to your hips. Okay, we're going to go ahead and push now our shoulder blades up and our back up to make a nice arch into cat pose. And then breathe out and let your hips drop. Bring your head up into cow pose. And then right back to table. Go ahead and put your left hand towards the center a little bit. You're going to put all your weight on your left hand. And you're going to bring your right hand up by your ears. And then you're going to bring your left leg up and try to balance. Don't lift them too high. You're just bringing them up to your body level, not above your body. Take a deep breath in. Flex your foot. And breathe out, bringing your leg and your arm back down. Now go ahead and place your weight on your right hand. You're going to lift your left hand up. And you're going to lift your right leg up, nice and slow. Keep looking straight down. Flex your foot. Take a deep breath in. And back out. And slowly lower it back down. This time you're going to do the same thing. You're going to lift your right hand up and your left leg back. And then you're going to bring them both into the center, crunch in, and then release back down. Take your left arm up and your right leg up. Stretch it, extend it. Imagine someone's pulling your feet and your arms away from each other. And then bring it in and crunch and back down. Let's go ahead and push into cat one more time. Back down to cow. Head comes up. And then back to table. Going to thread the needle. You're going to bring your right hand, turning your shoulders up towards the ceiling. And then you're going to take your right hand and you're going to thread it through your body and drop your shoulders and your head and relax. Just let your shoulders and your head sink into the mat. You can stay here, or you can take that left hand, bring it up towards the ceiling, and then let the back of your hand fall behind your back, opening up your chest. Just focus on your breathing. Go ahead and come back up to table. And let's do the other side. Take your left hand, bring it up, open up your chest, look up at your hand, and thread that needle through your body, through your arm. Drop that shoulder and your head onto the mat. Just let your body relax. Take your other arm and bring it around the back of your hand, touching your back. And come back up to table. Now we're going to go into my favorite pose, which is child's pose. So you're going to bring your hips back, whatever's comfortable for you. If you want to widen your knees to sit back a little bit better, that's fine. If it's too hard for you to come down with your forehead on the mat, you can do a couple things. You can stack your hands and lay your forehead on your hands. You can even stack your fists and lay your forehead on your fists. But basically what you want to do is just drop your forehead down, make sure that you're not squishing your nose so you can breathe, and you're just sinking into the mat, relaxing. As you're in this pose, reach your arms further and further out away from you, getting a good stretch in your shoulders. And then go ahead and walk your hands and your fingers back up to where you're kneeling on your feet. We're going to do the child's pose one more time, but this time I want you guys to keep your hands to your side. So you're going to lean forward, drop your head, and let your shoulders just fall to the side. And roll back up. Go ahead and move to a seated position with your feet out in front of you. You want to put your hands just next to your hips. And right now, what I really want you guys to focus on is not having this slouchy posture. So you want to push against your hands and roll your shoulders back so that you have a nice straight back, nice straight posture. Your feet are flexed. You're pulling your kneecaps in towards your stomach, towards your thighs. And you're almost lifting your hips off of the mat a little bit when you're doing this. It's not coming off, but you're lifting your weight. Shoulders are still nice and far back. And relax. Go ahead and take a deep breath up. And slowly lean forward. Only going as far as you can go. Drop your head and drop your neck. As you hold it in this position, keep breathing and keep trying to move a little bit further forward. It should not be painful. And slowly roll back up. Take your right leg out, bring your left leg in. Bring your hands up. Turn your body towards your right leg and lean forward, bringing both hands towards your foot. Slowly come up. Now what I want you to do with that bent leg is I want you to bring the right leg back behind you so that you can lean forward over that bent knee. If you can only lean forward and keep your hands up, that's fine, but if you can lean down and relax your arms on the mat, that'll give you a better, further stretch in your thigh. Push off your hands. Stay in this position. Bring your hips off of the mat. And see, you don't have to do this if it's uncomfortable, but if you can, see if you can bring that back leg up and grab your foot. When you pull it in, you should feel a stretch on that back thigh. You can place your hands wherever you need to balance. And relax. Go ahead and sit back down. Let's switch legs. Your left leg is out. Bring your right leg in. Take a deep breath in. Turn your body and lean forward, dropping your head and your neck. Slowly roll back up. Turn your body over that bent knee. Move that back leg behind you. Lean forward and relax your head on your arms, right over your knee. Walk your hands back up. Go ahead and lift your hips off the mat and see if you can grab that back foot. And relax. Go ahead and sit with your legs crossed. Pull your body in, grabbing onto your legs and bringing your shoulders back. Take your right hand, place it over your left knee. Take your left hand and place it right behind the lower part of your back. It's almost touching, and straighten your arms. And go ahead and twist and look behind you. And relax. Come back to the center. Take your left hand, place it over your right knee. Take your right hand and put it right behind your back. Straighten your arms, sit up nice and straight, and twist looking behind you. Come back to the center. Take a deep breath in. And slowly move forward, dropping your hands in front and relaxing your head. Walk back up. Bring your feet to the end of your towel if you have one. For all of you by the wall, go ahead and bring your bodies away from the wall to where you can lay back. Enough to where if you extend your arms out, you're not going to hit the wall. Place your legs out straight. Arms go out, feet go out. We're going to do a full body stretch. I want you to point your toes, your hands and your fingers are wide, and you're imagining someone's pulling you from each side, from your hands and your feet, stretching you, pulling you apart. As you're doing this, tuck your belly button in so that lower back almost touches the mat. Don't let there be a gap in your lower back. You don't want a space there. And relax. Go ahead and just let your arms, flip your hands up. Let your feet and your ankles just kind of fall to the side. This is corpse pose. While you're in corpse pose, you don't want to be using any muscles. You can let your head turn to the side. Your fingers should curl naturally. Your eyes should be closed. And you should just be focusing on your breathing. Slow, deep breaths in. Feel your stomach rise up. And slow, deep breaths back out. Make sure you get all the air out of your chest, out of your lungs. Feel your stomach sink back down into the mat. When you're ready.